I'm really pissed because in this country, there has to be someone more suited for the office. I would not pick somebody with this demeanor or somebody that certain age to run my company. Why would I pick them to run my country? And what I have found is politics is so grimy that
everywhere.
The people that should really be in office won't even attempt it, because I can't tell you how many people that have asked me to run for office. I have the most amazing husband. He will support anything I want to do. If I'm like, I'm going to do a poetry show on the moon, he's like, okay, baby, let's get you that rocket. But you know one thing?
That's awesome.
When people started asking me to run for office, he said, I'll divorce you.
Uh-oh.
Because he said we wouldn't even be able to go to a grocery store. And that's the truth. And the people that would really
nasty.
Make a difference, that would really come in there and push policies that would help most of us, they're not even going to get tied up into the...
They're not going to do it. And I don't blame them, but I'm never going to stop fighting for what I believe in.
Right.
And I can't, we talk about, because I watch a lot of CNBC, because I'm a big, I financial news is my thing, right? So, and on CNBC, we talk a lot about the power of the purse, right? The power of the purse. So Congress...
There's another power of a P.
We won't.
Sorry.
We can't talk about that right now. But, so my point is, right, is that that's my thing, numbers, right? And the power of the purse. One of the things when I first came here at 9 years old and I was learning American history, I knew what made America great was checks and balances. So anytime anybody said anything about anything, I'll be like, I'm not worried, because if you look at any other country in the world, they have all the same issues that we do, but we have checks and balances. Mm-hmm. And if you understand macroeconomics and you understand our government, then you understand checks and balances, and it's going to all work out because we check on each other. Right?
Okay.
I'm worried about that right now. I'm really worried about it. I was
about to ask you.
I'm really worried about it. But the one thing that it's getting to me a little bit is, we talk about DEI and stuff like that. So don't get me wrong. I've worked for everything. I mean, my dad came with $100 in his pocket. We grew up in the South Bronx. Me and my sisters went to public school. We got robbed. We got mugged. We got pickpocketed. We got, cars broken into, like everything you can think about growing up in the ghetto.
Right.
That's happened. But yeah, I live here in Wellington, Florida, and I'm a self-made millionaire, right? Like small, but self.
Yeah.
So that came with sweat and tears. But let me tell you, when I was saving my dollars, my dad used to say, okay, here's $3, right? You put $2 away for savings, and you can, $1 you can spend, maybe $50, 50 cents you give to church, right? So we always went to church. We always did our thing. But if he had said to me, if it was available to him to say, okay, daughter, take your $2 and buy yourself a Disney stock, or buy yourself, I don't know, a Kodak, whatever was available in that time, right? Mm-hmm. Do you know, I would be a self-made billionaire.
Yeah.
But the knowledge was not available.
No.
It was not available to me. And I know people would say, and I want your opinion on this, I know people would say, well, we have all of this now in the information superhighway. Honestly, my personal opinion is less available now because it's so noisy. What are your thoughts on that?
Well,
because you work with youth.
No, absolutely. The way I was brought up, though, just to go back to how you were brought up,
right? If
you couldn't afford it, you didn't buy it. You didn't have it. We didn't use credit. Like, it was literally, we learned how to barter, and I love the bartering system. But what I wish I was taught is not only to save, but to invest. Like you said, I was never taught to invest. And what I would do is I would hoard my money.
Yep.
Like I told you.
Mattress stuffing.
Yeah. Stuffing. I have a poem where I talk about stuffing the money under the mattress.
Yep.
And it's because that's what we were taught to do because of an emergency. And had I taken that money and invested it.
Then we have this conversation.
We did. We did. And I still think about it. I went home and called my husband. I was like, you know the money I saved from our wedding that I still have? And we've been married 14 years. And he was like, yeah. I said, I had the conversation with you. And then I went on to ChatGPT because I love to do budgets, but I'm not good with my numbers like you are. And I was like,
we have solutions for that.
If I took X amount of dollars and I had invested it for X amount of years, how much money would I have? I wanted to throw up. I was like, oh my gosh.
See, I wasn't lying.
No.
Even if you were conservative about the investment, that's why I tell my immigrant families out there, or my poor underserved, I call them underserved families, that, you know, if you're saving it under the mattress, you're losing, because we have inflation. And if your money is not invested at the rate of inflation, your eggs are going to cost $10.99 a dozen right now.